It's the Bro Show. It's Lucas and Jacob. I feel like we should have a saying we say at the beginning of each podcast.
Oh, I'm down for that.
Like
What?
since I've been kind of trying to make it a moment the last few episodes, each time I say, hi bros, but like I feel like we should say it in unison.
Okay, because the first thing that came to mind when we started recording was a Women Crush Wednesday again.
Oh, you want to change the whole podcast name?
No, that's just like what came to mind. But let's do hi bros.
Oh,
okay. 3, 2, 1.
Hi, bros. Maybe there can be like a side podcast Patreon exclusive called Women Crush Wednesday. And it's just us talking about our crushes on women.
Oh yeah, I think Women Crush Wednesday would be the name, but it has nothing to do with that.
Okay.
It just is like a theme. Because when I think of Women Crush Wednesday, I picture this whole like Instagram aesthetic and like people being like, okay, what are you going to do for Women Crush Wednesday? And like that theme to me is like one of the best themes ever.
For some reason, what I think of is women basketball players. Is there like any sort of
No.
correlation? Like, are they the ones who are keeping the Women Crush Wednesday going? Why did I think of that?
That's like if I was going to make like a list of like everything that Women Crush Wednesday reminds me of, in the top 20 like would be women basketball.
Wait, why though?
I don't know why,
There's some
but it does
reason
remind
why.
me of that.
This is the first episode where I'm 31.
How do you feel? So if you flip it around, you're 13.
Oh, wait.
It's that the last time you had a 3-1 in your age was when you were 13.
And 13 Reasons Why.
And the movie 13.
Oh my god.
Where they get a bunch of like belly button piercings and stuff.
Oh, that is an iconic movie. I remember watching that, I think, before I turned 13 and being like, and I was like, okay, once you turn 13, like everything changes. But I don't know that's not a common 13-year-old experience. That movie was pretty hardcore. It was like a girl in LA and like she got into drugs and
I wouldn't the movie is about that, and it is like it's actually like a sad movie looking back at it, but
like kind of fun.
yeah, when I was young, when I watched it, I was like, that's gonna be me when I'm 13. But there obviously is such thing as evolution and you change all the time, but I swear like there was like 1 year, I don't know what the year was, I'm just gonna say it's when I turned 18, I realized like, oh, okay, so it's like proven now that like nothing changes on your birthday. I feel like there was like a lot of years where like I actually thought something would change. And you do change every year, but I thought it was more of like a whimsical, magical type thing. But I never really experienced that. So then I realized like, oh, okay, so like it is just fake.
You thought you'd blow out the candles at Applebee's and just right then it'd be like a fairy dust went over you and it'd be like The Sims. You know in The Sims where they go from like child to young adult to adult? Like you thought like there'd be a transformation like that.
Yeah, I thought like maybe on like the first day of like every new year, like I'd actually have like a whole like new personality change.
Yeah.
Which could be possible, but like I feel like it doesn't
But
usually.
31 is so random. Like I get it's a birthday, but that's one of those birthdays where it's not even like a birthday. You know what I mean? Like it's 31. Like it's just so random. Like nobody cares. Like even when you're 31, like you shouldn't even be talking about your birthday. Like you should be just at your job in the cubicle. No one cares about your birthday.
But you're like actually a 30-year-old. Like that when I was 20, I was like, oh, I'm a 20-year-old. But then when I was 21, I was like, I'm actually a 20-year-old. So I feel like that's kind of a difference. There is kind of a difference, slightly.
But yeah, this is the super sweet 31st birthday special. Bring out the shots. Bring them out.
That's it.
Oh my God.
We love partying. Let's party it up. I fucking love Jacob.
Wait, you didn't prepare anything?
Oh, no.
Jacob. But I was saying, 31 is just kind of a shit year. You know, like nothing really happens. Just a throwaway year.
So do you view years in groups now? Because I started doing that. Like I feel like I view 21, 22, 23 as the same year.
Oh,
24,
for sure.
25, 26 probably the same year. I viewed like 19, 20, 21 as the
Yeah,
same
I
year.
feel like this birthday didn't really feel significant because, like you said, like I view it in chunks. Like I feel like my next birthday is 35. Until then, it's all just the same, you know? But then once 35 comes around, that's when it's like, okay, like probably have to buy some suits and stuff. Like it'll be a little bit different, you know?
Oh, okay.
But until then, it's sort of like you're just in your early 30s. Like
It's still more the vibe.
it's more like a teenage vibe. like frat energy, you know, like that's what everyone associates the early 30s with. It's like, okay, like sorority.
Yeah. It's like when like you start picking out your college and stuff.
Oh yeah, that whole thing. Like crushes start becoming more intense. No, but I actually Googled 31 because I was like, there has to be something that happens.
Yeah.
First of all, in Japan, I guess they have years. Certain years are called yakudoshi. I probably pronounced that wrong. But yakudoshi is considered unlucky years.
Okay.
So
I
this
like
is
stuff
getting
like
off
this.
to a great start. 31 is a yakudoshi unlucky year. Yes. I'm so
Okay.
excited for my birthday.
I didn't know about this, but I've always not. I don't like being uneven numbers. Like I'm 23 right now, and I'd rather be an even number.
But 23 definitely wouldn't be yakudoshi because the Miley Cyrus song.
Jordans.
Yeah,
You love Jordans.
that was when I do. I don't think I've ever owned
because
them.
song 23 is referencing Jordans.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you
Michael
don't
Jordan's
love-
jersey is 23.
You
Is that what it was?
love Jordans, but yeah, I think when you buy a pair of Jordans, they all have 23.
That was
in
just
them.
when
I don't
Miley
know.
Cyrus was in her rap era. Like when I picture 23, I picture Miley Cyrus in a bathroom in the music video smoking weed. Wiz Khalifa's there. He was in that song, right?
Yeah.
And like they are just living. So like that isn't yakudoshi. But like as far as I know, no one's made a song about 31 yet. Because it's just so random, you know?
But what other
Irrelevant.
years are yakidoshi? Do you
So
do you know or
it
not?
turns out 31 is yakudoshi for women. So, but I don't really believe in gender, you know?
Okay, yeah.
So technically it'd be yakudoshi for me too. But for men, it's 42. There's only
wait,
2
so-
years.
Oh, so it's very uncommon.
Yeah, for some reason. Yeah, when I first
Oh,
heard about
okay,
this,
I
I was like, I thought it would be like every 4th year was yakudoshi. Because doesn't that kind of make more sense? Like, but then I guess like since it only happens once per gender, I actually feel like these yakudoshi years are like horrible. Because like, why is only 1 year out of your whole life?
I know, because that makes this whole belief system way more significant to me.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's a lot.
I don't know about women, but 42 for men being an unlucky year, like that makes sense. Because that's probably, I feel like 42 for men, like that's the year you start cheating, you leave your family, move to Arizona, you get a Mustang. Like, doesn't 42 give that energy?
No, yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah, so that makes sense for men. But I guess during yakudoshi years, you're supposed to visit a shrine, maybe do a purification ceremony to ward off the bad luck.
What does visiting a shrine entail? Like you can create your own shrine, right?
Yeah, there's probably like specific ones in Japan, but like in America, you could go to like a Burger King or something.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, I'm not even joking to be funny, but if you put a lot of like meaning into it, it can mean something.
That's true. So I don't technically have to go to I don't have to go to a shrine and have a purification ceremony since I'm not a woman. But I kind of feel like this year, like I probably should. It says like your yakudoshi years, like you're supposed to reflect and seek protection. So this is kind of an off year for me. Like I did have stuff planned for this year, but after reading that, like I'm gonna put it all on the back burner till 32, and like this year will just sort of be about protecting myself.
I honestly
like
think this is
protecting my energy.
probably the last episode of the podcast.
Yeah, that's gonna be the next thing I was gonna announce.
This is what
Like obviously we have to stop the podcast because I want to just protect myself, and like literally 99.9% of you guys are good vibes, but I just need to protect myself from some of the bad vibes, you know?
That's what I was joking. That's what I was gonna say, is that protecting your energy. This is all you do to protect your energy. You're like, I was living on a hill. This is all you do. Go into your YouTube account and you block a few more words from the comment section.
Oh yeah.
That's all you do to protect yourself.
The new ways people are hating on you, you block those words.
Yeah.
But I wonder how intense they take this in Japan. Like, do you think it actually would be a thing where if you're in a yakudoshi, you're like, you could actually say no to things and people would be like, oh, I get it. Like, you'd be like, I'm not going to go to the family reunion just because it's my yakudoshi year. Like, I want to protect myself. Like, you understand.
Something in the quote that you just read or whatever, it made me think, okay, so when you were talking about this, I was thinking, oh, it just is a bad year in terms of like mental health, maybe family problems or friend problems. But when you described it to me, it's giving more the vibe of like you should be more scared of death.
Oh.
That's something about what was you just said reminded me of death, and then I thought, so then it does answer your question. I kind of feel like people might take it seriously in terms of like, let's say there was a vacation plan to Fiji and you lived in Japan, like, and you did believe this, like maybe it would be, oh, I'm not gonna go on it because I'm 31 and I'm female, and what if I die on the plane?
Oh my God, you wouldn't be able to go on a plane the whole Yakudoshi year if you took it really seriously.
Yeah.
If there's any Japanese people listening, let us know. Like, is it really serious or is it more of just a LOL thing? Like, it could be kind of, it just depends on who you are, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of like in the US, like maybe you'd picture everyone to be like Christian, but then like you realize like, oh, there's just a bunch of devil worshippers everywhere.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like that. I'm not sure though.
Also, apparently when you turn 31, astrologically, you should be coming to a whole again after all the tumultuous Saturn return years.
Oh yeah, so that's like a long ass process, the whole Saturn return.
I don't know, but just because of the age of musicians right now, but it seems like a lot of people are making music about Saturn return. Casey Musgraves, SZA, that's it. But like, I've never heard about it before. And it's like when I was going through my Saturn return, so it's like, why is everything about me?
Yeah, the first time I heard about it was on RuPaul's talk show, and he talked about it like in 2018 or something.
Oh, damn, he was ahead of it.
And then I was like, okay, I better start preparing for this, and I've been preparing ever since.
Yeah, because of the whole Saturn return, it happens when you're 27, right? Or is it 28?
It starts when you're 27,
and like everything's just supposed to change.
But then, okay, so I am not that into astrology, but I was thinking about this the other day. So if the Saturn returns happens when you're 27, that would mean that it happens again when you're, is it 54?
Yeah.
54. So does it work like that then? Because if it happened when you were born, it happens when you're 27, then it happens when you're 54.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just more significant the first time or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, all I know is the Casey Musgraves song. She says, when it happened, everything started to change. And then Jacob always, you've asked me multiple times, like, so did anything change when you turned 27? And honestly, no. Like, that's why it's kind of scary. Like, how come nothing happened?
But I
thought like everything would start to change. Like, yes, things change every year, but like it wasn't this dramatic shift that it was supposed to be astrologically.
But I do kind of remember we were walking. I'm just going to say you were 27, but maybe you won't. I remember you saying, like, we were walking down to the parking garage of your apartment, and you said, like, oh, yeah, like, sometimes I think, like, maybe I will become I don't know what the exact word that you used, but someone that does Botox. And I remember you saying that, and I'm not even joking to be funny. That kind of goes into the Saturn return. Because people always talk about, like, you start questioning things. So then maybe you were like, oh, like, I like the idea of, like, doing needles and stuff. And I do like the idea of, like, beautifying others. So maybe, like, that's, like, could be a step
That
one.
was when we lived in LA, though. So I would have been not 27 yet. And also, if I kind of remember that day.
You were 26.
I think it's just because my video did bad that day. That was, like, a common thing back then. Like, if I uploaded a video and it kind of flopped, it was like, okay, like, should I Google nursing schools today or tomorrow? Because I'm going to become a Botox nurse, I guess. Oh, yeah, I haven't done that in a while. I need to bring that back.
I guess it's good to always have a backup plan.
Oh, yeah. But I guess now that I'm 31, my Saturn return is officially over. I should be feeling more whole again. So maybe if you've been following me on my social media, like, you might be noticing, like, my energy is more full now. It's been very, like, volatile the past few years.
Seems like we're gonna start getting weekly Instagrams posts.
Yeah, I might start posting selfies again is what I'm trying to say. So follow. But I had a great birthday. We went to Palm Springs.
Which reminds me of Sharpay Evans.
Oh, just that whole, she would live there.
Was it mentioned in a movie or something? I swear like she had a house in Palm Springs in the cinematic universe.
Oh my, it makes sense. Like, I know the second High School Musical movie when they work at that country club like that. It was filmed in Utah, but it kind of could be Palm Springs.
Yeah.
But we actually weren't in Palm Springs. We were in a town called Thermal, but it's in like the Coachella Valley. But yeah, we went there we went with Matthew, some of our family, and we just had a great weekend. And one of the best things that happened was someone told me I looked like Dave Franco.
Oh yeah, they pulled up the photo and everything.
Yeah, we were at one of those Benihana type restaurants where you're at a hibachi grill and like they're throwing shrimp into people's mouths, doing those tricks. They make the volcano out of onion, you know, that whole thing. And we were it was our whole like group, and then two other people could fit on the same table. And yeah, she said, "Did you look like Dave Franco?" And I said, "Yeah." I've gotten that before.
And you said people have DM'd you that.
Yeah,
DM'd
one
you
person
that
did.
before?
But it was funny but it is funny when people tell you look like a celebrity because it always feels like they're saying you look like the uglier version. You know?
I would just view it as a compliment because whenever people say they look like someone, you look like a celebrity, they always. Have you noticed that whenever someone says you look like a celebrity or this person looks like a celebrity, they're like never talking about an ugly celebrity.
Oh, that's true.
So,
like nobody
because-
would be like, what's the classic ugly celebrity? I'm kidding. I actually can't think of any because I view everyone as beautiful.
It's just weird because it wasn't even prompted. We just were saying, yeah, like we're celebrating his birthday, and we weren't even really like focusing on you. We just were like, they were like so talkative, but then randomly they said, pulled up a photo and said like, this is who you look like. And then I was kind of excited because her husband was saying, oh yeah, she always says who people look like. And then I was kind of thinking, okay, go on the table and say who everyone's look like.
Wait, why didn't we
looks
do
like.
that? Yeah, because I said that she always can like. No, he said that she's like the best celebrity spotter. She'll always see someone. So she thought I was actually James Franco, Dave Franco.
Yeah.
But then that made me think, like, I never even watched this season of Love Island, or Love is Blind, I think it was. But that girl said she looked like Megan Fox. That was sort of her.
That was like a whole drama thing.
Oh, it's because they can't see each other in that dating show. Like, they can only talk to each other. And he was saying, well, what do you look like? And she was like, well, I look just like Megan Fox. So he was like, oh my gosh, like, okay, like, that's awesome. But then there was all this drama online because people were being dicks and being like, you don't look like her. But Megan Fox actually publicly said, like, oh, I see it. Like, she looks like me. But I was thinking, like, if I ever go on, like, The Amazing Race or something, like, that could be my little intro for the reality shows. I could say, like, oh, yeah, a lot of people say I look like Dave Franco.
Oh, yeah.
And that could cause drama on Twitter. People would be like, no, you don't.
If we this whole thing, always mention it. Yeah, like, I'm probably going to win because I look like Dave Franco.
Yeah, that's like my whole thing.
What was Dave Franco in?
That's
like,
the thing. I just know he's James Franco's brother. What was he in, though? The Neighbors? That movie of Zac Efron where they're like frat boys?
Oh,
Was he
okay,
in
yeah.
that?
I watched that movie in theaters.
Okay, I don't know what's up with me today, but I've had to go pee like every 15 minutes. So I have a bladder infection.
Oh, this, I kind of think like we're like pee people because there was the first time I ever like had a pee problem was we were at this restaurant years and years ago when I was so young, and I remember being like, I'm going to pee so many times, but it just was because I was drinking so much water.
I just drank my normal amount today. But I literally have to do a pee break already. Like, it is about to bust.
You should get your prostate
I'm
checked.
literally about to bust. I am hydrated. Like, the pee was completely clear.
Congratulations.
No, like, it was, like, completely clear.
How does it work when like you're having some alcoholic drinks and your pee is still white? It makes me think like,
Oh, like you have clear pee when you're drinking alcohol, but you're supposed to be dehydrated, but
That's
it's
what I
like
was-
maybe it's the most hydrating thing?
that's what I was thinking is like, how is my pee still clear? Like I'm that hydrated?
I know, that's what is weird. It makes you think.
But yeah, to the hibachi thing. So basically, we got sat at a table, and the grill next to us was being so loud, and we were just dead silent. So then someone made a joke at our table. We need to just stop being as loud as them. And then it started this whole thing where for the whole entire hour and a half dinner, they talked to us, and it wasn't like it was a good conversation. I wouldn't say like I didn't like the restaurant experience because of the conversation.
yeah,
it kind
like,
of enhanced it, actually.
When they first started talking to us, I was like, oh, like we have to talk to them the whole dinner. But then it was like, by the end, it was like, oh, I kind of liked that.
yeah,
Kind of.
It was like, oh,
I kind of enjoyed talking to them.
they opened my eyes.
In a way, it was fun. Okay, no,
If
they
you
were
like-
great. Because they said I looked like Dave Franco, so how could I hate, you know? But-
yeah.
Also, in Palm Springs, we went to a cougar bar.
Okay, I was so excited for this because I love that idea.
I know, I was looking at fun places to go near us because there really wasn't like any like dance bars or anything. It seemed like it's most, maybe I just wasn't looking hard enough, but they kept mentioning this place called The Nest in, where was it? Desert Springs or what was it called?
I think it was called Indian Wells.
Indian Wells. Yeah, it's The Nest. It's this restaurant, but then all of the reviews kept saying, you guys, this is a cougar den. And they said,
Can
you'll
we
see.
pause for a second though? Because the Nest. Did they purposely make it a cougar den? Because people always say you're leaving mama's nest, but then you're going back into mama's nest.
Oh, it's mama. The mama bird wants everyone to come to her nest.
Now, maybe I'm just pulling strings, but
That's
maybe
the
the
thing,
owners
like-
had that all along.
I don't even know if the owners wanted it to be a cougar den. Like they might have been like, we just want to make a fun bar with live music and a dance floor, but then the cougars just congregate. And then wouldn't that be interesting? You create a bar and you think it's going to be one thing, but then it turns into a cougar den.
Like, this
you
would be
have no
weird.
control over it.
So let's say you create a bar and you actually are using so much of your creative energy because you want it to be you. You open the bar and then it turns into like all these people that love this one specific football team go. These like they love nachos and they just like love like brisket and stuff. And then it's weird because it's like I like brisket, I like nachos and like football. I don't like actually like watch it, just kind of fun to have in the background. But then it'd be like, wait, like the vibe that I have in my body is making these people like they love the vibe and like I didn't even mean for that to
I
happen.
know that would be odd if all of a sudden it turned into a sports bar and like you didn't want that
I
energy.
would be so wooded up because I'd be like, that was not the plan.
I know
at all.
that's what I'm thinking the nest was. Like I don't think you can't really just call like nowhere in the branding does it say anything about it being a cougar place.
I bet it is just accidental, random.
Yeah, and we actually someone was sitting next to us who watched like some of our videos and they said like, by the way, are you after dinner, are you going to the dance floor? And we were like, yeah, we're hoping to. And they said, just so you know, it is like a cougar den, like get ready. And I was so excited, but we ended up not going because it was too packed. But it was funny because it actually was a cougar place. Like there was all these older women and then like groups of young men were coming in. Like as we Ubered away, an Uber dropped off like a group of 6 25-year-old guys and like they ran in there. They were all excited. Like it really is
That's what was
the
so
cougar place.
Yeah, it was so weird about it because we were on the dance floor for literally probably 30 seconds. I looked around and I saw a lot of older women. Then when we were waiting for our Uber, there was like so many young guys going in. So it was like, it's crazy that this place somehow turned into this.
I know, like go them, you know. The cougars are getting it. The young guys are excited to get with the cougars, to get mauled by a cougar. They need to make a reality show about that place.
Yeah. Honestly, they should create a Bravo show about it. But what would it be about? Because the people going there don't want to be in a reality show.
That's true. But we were with our mom. Like I said, she was with us the whole trip. So she was kind of like in the cougar age. So we were kind of scared. Like, is someone gonna grab her? Like, are they? Because I'm assuming a lot of people just assume if you're over the age of 55 or 50, like they probably just assume, okay, you're here because it's a cougar place and you're a cougar. So like what? Like I was scared like somebody would just start making out with her or something, and then she would have cheated on dad. There'd be a divorce. Like,
But since we only stayed there for 30 seconds, it was just like a quick like, okay, we're in here. Okay, bye.
remember that we did see people like eyeing her.
Yeah, we did. People, it doesn't have to be a cougar den, but I love places like this. Basically, it wasn't only cougars, if we're being completely honest. Like there was everyone. Like there was just every age group, every type of person was there, which was cool.
And that was
I love
a fun
places
place
like that.
But it was funny because the next day our mom called our dad because he didn't come on the trip because he had work or whatever. Or whatever. I mean, he had work, but I don't know why I said or whatever. But she called him and she got to like brag to him saying like, yeah, like all these guys like were eyeing me at the bar and like it was so weird. Like it's so funny. Like they're like 30. They've been married for over 30 years and they're still kind of like doing a little bit of a game. Like she's like, okay, let him know like I'm wanted. Like I'm a hot commodity and like, yeah, it's like he's lucky. Like they're still doing these little games.
Play Wanted by Hunter Hayes. It was
Wait,
like that type of thing.
What's the chorus to that song?
It's
Which is like, I want to make you feel wanted. Isn't that song about like a cute love story? It's not even about playing games.
I know, but that's what came to mind when you were talking about that.
Hunter Hayes.
I know.
Gotta love him.
You gotta. So something really podcasty happened this weekend.
Podcasty?
Yeah, there was a hot dog eating competition.
Oh, Joey Chestnut.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna say this is the first of a kind, but I don't even know if that's a fact. It was streamed on Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
It was a whole moment.
The whole Joey Chestnut lore is he's the hot dog eating champion. He usually does the Nathan's 4th of July contest, but they kicked him out this year because he went he started representing he was the spokesperson for a vegan hot dog. Is that the drama?
Yeah, okay, but then I looked into it more when it was happening, and I still don't understand it. I didn't look that much into it, but I didn't understand it because Nathan still was like showing photos of him and like still mentioning him. So then I don't understand that whole 4th of July
So
thing.
basically, he had drama with the main hot dog eating contest, but now Netflix gave him his own thing. Like he has his own contest now on Netflix.
Well, it was like a Labor Day thing, I guess. Now, so his was actually a competition versus this guy named Takeru Kobayashi. But basically, he's a really, really big competitive eater.
Okay.
And they've had beef for years, I guess.
Him and Joey Chestnut have?
Yeah, and I guess throughout this NBC article that I read, like it said that they have had like fights and stuff, but they just tried to. But Joey
Verbal fights or like Twitter fights or physical fights?
I don't know exactly, but Joey Chestnut said that the reason why he was able to get the world record of what was it? Something crazy like he got 83 hot dogs.
So he beat the other guy?
Yeah, and he was able to do that, he said, because he had such good competition. So he kind of like thanked that guy and said,
Oh, because there was like the
"You pushed me."
the rivalry fueled it.
Yeah, and the other guy got 66. And this is the quote.
Wait,
that I
that's
read.
like way less. That's embarrassing.
I was trying to get 80 hot dogs for years. And without Kobayashi, I was never able to do it, Chestnut said after his victory. He drives me. We weren't always nice to each other, but the way we push each other, but I love the way we push each other to be our best.
Oh, that's actually so true, though, because Joey Chestnut's the ultimate hot dog eater. He's the hot dog munching queen.
This was in 10 minutes, by the way. He did 83 hot dogs.
And you know that if he was way ahead of everyone, like 20 hot dogs ahead of second place, he wouldn't push himself. But this competition, this other man who was inching closer to the crown, made him push his throat and stomach to lengths he never would have otherwise. Like, that is beautiful. That is why you need competition.
I know, because that just like what you said, like if it wasn't for this guy, we maybe in our lifetime we would have never been able to say there was a guy that ate 83 hot dogs in 10 minutes.
That is so gross, but impressive.
It's very pretty girl, I would say.
I'm not, that is just so gross. Like, I always just picture the aftermath.
I'm gonna ask it. I don't even know if he's answered it, but do you puke after it? Because I would just assume not even on like I'm forcing myself to puke because I'm so bloated. It's more like I think I'll just puke.
I think if I remember correctly, researching him,
He said he would lay in bed for like days.
you can't puke while you're on the premises of the competition. Maybe once you get home, who knows what's gonna happen, but. It's actually nice. I actually do have a little bit of beef with Joey Chestnut because I DM'd him on Instagram probably 4 years ago at this point. I had the best video idea because he was trying to become a YouTuber, and I still think it's a good video idea. Slurping up a 1 mile noodle. Like, can you imagine the thumbnail alone would be such Mr. Beast energy, and like I'm picturing like the noodle going around a track 4 times, like a field, like around a football field, and he's slurping it up.
But it would have to be around a track field.
Yeah, because it would just be cooler.
Well, just because when I think of a mile, I think of a track field.
Oh,
so
yeah.
4 times around that track field.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, maybe you didn't see my DM. I am verified, so it would have been at the top of the inbox. But maybe he didn't see it still.
I could see him looking at it and saying, like, that is a good idea, but, like, I don't know how.
And also, it's just because that idea also has a lot of money. Can you imagine everyone's going to want to be a part of it? Barilla? How do you say that noodle brand? Barilla? The main noodle brand everyone gets? That'd be a sponsorship. They'd probably pay him so much money to be the one to make that noodle. Like, this is a money make. I need to be a manager. Like, this is part of probably the Yakudoshi year, the unlucky year, or my Saturn return of ending. Like, I'm sort of realizing, like, I always thought I was the one in front of the camera, but maybe I'm more of behind the scenes a manager. Like, my whole life I should be managing Joey Chestnut.
I swear I've said this on the podcast years ago. This realization of kind of what you're saying a little bit is that it's way easier to manage other people than manage yourself. So, like, if I was like a talent manager, like, I feel like I could like get people going.
I
could,
know.
Like, say, like, okay, like, let's get this going. Let's get this going. But then
like-
when the other person doing it is kind of like,
Yeah, but if you were the manager, I feel like my management company would be like low key a cult.
Oh, and
And like it would toe the line, you know?
oh yeah, and it would be like, oh, like if you don't do like the deals that I'm talking about, then like you're gonna get blacklisted from our social media.
Yeah, I'll have your accounts deleted if you don't do the 1 mile noodle contest. Don't people accuse Scooter Braun of that? Like whenever somebody unsigned with him, like their career would go down because he'd blacklist them. That'd be sort of me, but with Joey Chestnut type people.
So like, but to do that, like you'd have to know all these like competitive eaters.
Oh yeah, I would rule the industry of competitive eating.
That'd be funny. That sounds so specific. A competitive eater talent manager.
And then you know how Scooter Braun like bought Taylor Swift's masters? Like I would somehow buy Joey Chestnut's. I'd like steal his identity. I'd have somehow like own something that like he thought was his.
Oh, I guess I don't know if you could do this, but you could own his world record.
Oh yeah,
Like,
and
so
I'd be
it's
like,
under his
technically
name,
it's my world record.
But like you can do whatever you want with
and then
it.
he would
know?
try to do like Joey Chestnut's version, like how Taylor Swift did Taylor's version.
Yeah.
Oh, I can see it all now. It's all coming. My Saturn return actually just returned because it's all so clear right now.
Okay, so that happened, which was a pretty big deal. Okay.
Yes.
And something else that happened was
Another podcasty thing happened.
No, I had nothing to do with the podcast. It kind of goes into the childhood, like just people bullying you. This kind of goes into that. Is things people call gay. So you know when you're little, people always say you're gay. I made a little list, but we can add to it. Having your knees crossed, long nails, and skinny jeans.
Those are like the classic gay things.
No, I'm literally not talking about my own opinion. I'm just talking about things that I've heard people being called, things that I've heard people being called gay and why. That's what I wrote down. Things I've heard throughout my life.
At first, I thought you were talking about gay, like the Hillary Duff version, where she said, "You guys, if you're trying to say something stupid, don't say it's gay." Remember, she did that whole PSA.
Oh, that's kind of what I'm saying.
No,
like
but you're saying things that they actually think this would make you gay, right? Isn't that what you mean?
Basically, it's like when you're in 7th grade and someone says you're gay. What are you doing that's gay? You know?
Yeah, that
like,
would be like
you're not actually like you're not actually doing something that's actually gay. Just something that people think is gay.
That's so funny.
So
that
maybe it isn't. I don't know, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm on your wavelength.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that's so funny thinking of back when I was in high school. Like I actually did think it was such a Lady Gaga moment to wear skinny jeans. Like I thought like I was actually like when I put on skinny jeans and wore them to my high school, I actually thought there should be like a documentary crew following me. Because it was just like he's pushing the boundaries, like he isn't afraid. Like that's the whole energy I thought I had.
I swear there was one moment there where I like wore skinny jeans and and not that many people wore skinny jeans back then. And I kind of thought the same as you. I was like, will people like say it's weird that I'm wearing? Mine was more of like, will people think it's weird?
I remember I also went through a stage where I wore spray-on skinny jeans. Like these are basically leggings. Like I was really doing it.
I know that's like a whole other layer. Like to get them on, like you probably had to like.
And they were stretchy though. That's why I liked them. They're kind of like pajama jeans.
Yeah. We love a pajama jean.
No, honestly, pajama jeans are the best. But I actually have something I want to bring up, a little news story that I saw. I saw this on Google News and I was like, what? Okay. LOL. So this was kind of the headline. Creepy dad spiked his wife with cocaine because he wanted to marry her daughter.
Yeah.
I was like, that is the most genius headline because you have to click. You know what I mean? It's like he wants to marry her daughter. Like it obviously isn't his daughter, right? Or is it? That's even more effed up. Or like, is this a stepdaughter? Even then, that's gross. Like, but not as gross.
Yeah.
It's still gross. Okay, so this is what happened. I don't want to hear your opinion on it. Like if you're on his side or the wife's side.
Okay.
So a dad in Indiana added cocaine, and this is a little bit funny, to his wife's Coca-Cola. He added Coke to the Coke. But it was in hopes of marrying her daughter. And then,
wait. So in this scenario, this actually happened, right?
This actually happened, yeah.
That guy was already married, right? To the wife.
Yes, and then she has a 31-year-old daughter, and he wanted to get with that daughter. So he was like, okay, I guess I have to kill the wife. because I can't just divorce her.
So he was trying to overdose on coke.
Okay, I was gonna leave this for the end to be like, what? Like a whole twist, but the daughter was in on it. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. No, she was in on it. So the 31-year-old daughter, okay, this article went so in depth. I guess what would happen is when the wife would go to sleep, the 31-year-old daughter and her friend would come to the house and, this was in quotes, put on a show for the dad. Like, what? So then I guess basically the 31-year-old daughter and the stepdad, they started falling in love. So the daughter actually had the idea, I guess, to coke the mom out to kill her. Which I'm confused about because Charlie XCX is singing about doing coke and she makes it sound fun. Like, wouldn't this mom just be having fun? Like, obviously don't do coke, but like, wouldn't the mom just be listening to 360 for Charlie XCX?
Yeah, I've never done coke, but I'm just picturing it to be like alcohol. Like, you can have such a fun vibe. Hey, yeah. But then if you're in a depressing vibe, you could just be, okay, I'm just going to kill myself.
Oh, yeah. But
No,
it was
honestly, like, that's obviously just a joke, but, you know.
confused me even further because I guess she was feeling weird. She had headaches, dizziness. She couldn't sleep or she was sleeping too much. So she got tested and she found out she had coke and Molly and benzos in her system. But I'm confused because I guess they did this trick because they wanted her to go to sleep so they could do the whole putting on a show for the dad thing. But like, I just don't get it, putting coke in someone's drink to put them to sleep.
No,
though.
yeah, that's
I feel
it.
like I just am confused.
Yeah, like, yes, I said like, oh, alcohol, people can be depressed or happy when they do it, but yeah, with coke, like, why would I'm confused about that too because I thought if you wanted to kill someone, like, you would just be putting a bunch of like other stuff in it.
But it did say at the end of the article that dad feels bad about it.
Wait, so
'Cause I guess
are
he
they
can-
going to like prison now?
I would assume. But I don't even know if they can prove the daughter wasn't, because the dad's claiming the daughter was involved, but I wonder how, unless he has text messages. Oh, excuse me. I wonder if you can really prove that, But I guess he claimed that the daughter was the one who even found these drugs to give to the mom. But
Okay, this
yeah.
is like a whole story.
I know, it's just a whole thing. But
I didn't-
I'm just happy the mom's alive. Like, that would suck for her because she probably is like, I'm gonna have withdrawals for the next 6 months because I guess I'm addicted to drugs. It's just scary because if this was a Lifetime movie, I feel like people would think it was too over the top.
But then it actually happens in
I
real
know.
life.
Can you imagine? You actually realize, like, this is just a new fear for everyone out there to have. Like, you might wake up one day and be like, I have been getting coked out with against my will because of my husband did it to me in hopes that I would die because he wants to marry my 31-year-old daughter. Like, that is a new fear everyone should
I
have.
feel like doing this podcast adds a list of fears because I don't ever really think about being poisoned. But last week or 2 weeks ago, we talked about someone putting meth in someone's drink when they were running a marathon.
Yeah.
And then I was having a milkshake this weekend, and then I thought, oh wait, what if someone put a bunch of THC in this donut? And then I was thinking,
In this donut in a milkshake? Oh, the donut was in the milkshake.
there was a donut in a milkshake, and then I was thinking like, oh, that'd be kind of annoying because like then I would just be out of it. There wasn't THC in the donut, but it was just annoying, and I think the only reason why that was in my brain is because we talked about meth.
Being spiked and first of a marathon runner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, these things do happen, so just please be aware. Like, if your husband's making you a drink every night and you're starting to get headaches and lightheadedness, is that a lightheaded vibes? Just maybe get tested and see if he's coking you out.
I don't understand these stories. Why are people like, okay, I want to marry you, but you're already married. Let's kill her. Like, why can't you just go to Olive Garden and talk it out?
I know,
yes,
it's like-
yes, you guys probably are gonna get in a fight, but why does it have to go to? Okay, we're gonna put a bunch of coconut drink and kill her.
I know, like, yes, it would. Obviously, the mom is going to hate you if if you want to marry her husband. Like, you probably won't ever talk to that mom again. And obviously, if I was the mom, I'd be like, okay, I'm done with you guys in my life. But wouldn't you rather that and her still be alive than killing her? Like, have you thought this through all the way?
Yeah, and then also putting on a show. It's like, I don't know if the dad wanted to be with you. Maybe he just kind of thought it was a Cirque du Soleil type moment. We could all be wrong, Like, maybe this daughter didn't know that. Oh, like, oh wait, the dad has a crush on me. Like, she's a 31-year-old that decided like I can do the splits and stuff. I want to become a Cirque du Soleil performer. So like,
And she was doing a show for the dad.
Yeah, because maybe he said he's a talent scout and she believed it.
But the dad claims that it was her idea to kill the mom because
don't know who to
they loved
believe.
each other. They loved each other. The classic dad stepdaughter love story. I'm just kidding. That's actually so disgusting. But yeah, that's just a little something fun going on in America. I wanted to make sure everyone knew about.
Also, why'd they do Coke? I thought like Coke was for like these like Lindsay Lohan type people.
Oh, sorry.
I thought Coke was for these Lindsay Lohan type people. I thought people that didn't have money. Like if you were gonna kill someone, like I thought you'd do like meth or something.
Oh yeah, I thought you just use like cyanide. Is that just in stories they use that? Like why? I don't understand using cocaine, but it also seems like a very like isn't cocaine expensive? Like this is if this was going on for months, this would be a very expensive thing they were doing. But obviously they weren't thinking logically.
Yeah, I guess what's the point of even asking why'd they do this? Why'd they do this? It's like they were planning on killing someone, so they're probably in a different headspace than...
Yeah, which brings us to our sponsor, Headspace. It's a meditation app. Just kidding.
Going into a serial killer story to an ad.
No, we need to reach out to them. I actually used Headspace for years, so they could be a sponsor.
I know, and you've told me his story.
I read his book.
We don't
Andy's.
even need to be sponsored. You already are technically a sponsor.
I
They just
know.
don't know it.
Headspace, the meditation app.
That's so creepy thinking about if stuff takes headspace, and then it's gross thinking about you looking at so much stuff throughout a day and your head's full. And it's like, there's no more space.
Ew, and then you have to use the app Headspace to meditate to get make more space
yeah,
in your
if
head.
you think about it in this one way, it seems really like gross.
But you know what is
Not
sad?
the app doesn't seem gross, just headspace.
But
sounds
what's
gross.
sad is that if that dad and daughter would have used Headspace, they probably wouldn't have done any of this. I'm just going to guess that's probably true. Because during the little meditations, they might realize maybe murder isn't the answer, you know?
Yeah.
You know?
I could see that. What if the presidential debate was just them doing headspace?
Them just meditating on stage.
Yeah, and then I guess you'd vote for like who has better mindfulness because you kind of goes into what you were saying. If someone's more mindful, maybe they would make better decisions.
Oh, yeah.
So just a thought.
Yeah, I do think the presidential debate should be more than just talking. There should be a bikini moment, Speedo moment, talent thing.
Also,
like, it should
how
be
about for 10 minutes there's a body language communication? Like, I feel like knowing body language is really beneficial. So, like, they would ask, okay, what do you think about abortion? And they say, no talking, just body language. And then it'd be fun to see what they have to say.
Because when you actually think about it, why does Miss America have to jump through more hoops than the president
Yeah.
to get the crown?
I know. And
Like, what?
And then when you're president, you don't even get a crown.
Yeah, it's like, I know this technically has everything to do with the president, but why don't we have to know if they have a talent?
Yeah. Like, that would be actually so cool. At the end of the debate, they each say, this is my talent. And then one of them plays saxophone, one of them does tap dancing. And
it's just a fun little
and
thing.
They would I would make a whole list. You can't say your talent is public speaking.
Oh, yeah, it's like, that should be a given. Like, that's... isn't that part of Miss America? Like, you have to answer questions. There's already a public speaking segment, which is the debate. So that can't also be your talent.
Yeah.
And I feel like even if somebody had flopped at their talent, it's not like you wouldn't vote for them, but it would just be good knowing, like, okay, they made themselves vulnerable and they did that. Like, maybe the person you wanted to vote for would do a singing thing and you wouldn't enjoy the singing, but that wouldn't mean you wouldn't vote for them.
Oh, yeah.
It'd just be fun.
I actually don't think it would be fun. I think you could actually, if you twist a few things, you can make it sound like it's needed. Kind of like what you were saying. You want to see a softer side of them. And even if they aren't good at their talent, you just want to know that they're willing to do something they might not be perfect at for an audience. Because then if they can do that, they probably can do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, because it would show you a different side. Because like Donald Trump, imagine if his talent during the debate was cheerleading and he actually gave a full energy pom-poms cheer. It was like, go USA. And like he actually put effort into it. I still wouldn't vote for him, but I would just be like, okay, like I see a different side of him. Like maybe I won't vote for him. I'm kidding. But it would just be fun.
Yeah. I wonder what both their talents would be though. Makes you wonder now.
Oh yeah. I feel like Kamala, like I feel like hers would be like a saxophone thing, or she seems like a clarinet girl.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then, then Donald Trump's would be cheerleading.
Yeah, I feel like his would be cheerleading, and he would say, yeah, like it's manly, like doesn't have to be girly. Because doesn't Kamala Harris seem like she would have been in band, so she probably would know how to do that.
Yeah, I do get the band from it.
Mm-hmm. Jacob and I recently went to the Nebraska State Fair. It's for his video. It's coming out when? You want to give a date?
I'm not sure yet.
Just keep checking back to his channel, subscribe, get notifications on. But Jacob, for part of the video, he was like, let's go on the rides. I literally didn't go on anything besides, I didn't even go on any rides. Like I went down a slide, but that's not really a ride.
You went on the bumper cars.
Oh, I did go on the
But
bumper cars.
That's not a guide either.
But it made me, we both were saying neither of us wanted to go on the rides because of TikTok, we see all of these carnival rides completely fall over and have catastrophes, and it's just horrible, you know?
Yeah.
But then, so I wanted to, this to be a little segment of the podcast, like just cursed events at theme parks. Because I wanted to know, like, TikTok makes it seem like it's so prevalent, these catastrophes with attractions happening, but they obviously don't happen that often, right?
Yeah, because why would, if it did happen more often, they wouldn't have them at state fairs, I don't think.
I know, but what's weird is that TikTok and social media makes it look worse than it is. Like, it makes it seem like rides are always breaking down and killing people. But then when I researched it, because of those TikToks, even if it is so rare for them to break down,
They have made more safety precautions.
Yeah, it makes them go through way more. It says they're just taking it more seriously. Like, I don't know what that entails. If maybe they would do 2 checks before, now they still do 2 checks, but they're just like, oh, let's take it more seriously before we put the ride on. Like, what can they really do? But they said that these social media videos of things breaking down and people flying off rides, like they're taking that into account and being like, you guys need to get more wrenches out here and screw stuff tighter.
Wait, so what, like, how does a business in 2024 know if things are like fake or real? So like, if you owned a donut business and it was doing pretty good, like, and there was a whole drama, oh my gosh, these donuts have ants in it. Like, how do you know, like, if these people are lying or for real? Like, that's the thing about it.
Oh,
is like,
yeah.
these people that film these
Well, I guess these you can't
amusement
fake.
parks, they aren't lying, but what would be the word? How do you know if it's a little bit exaggerated?
Yeah.
So, like, people post them and they get so many likes, and people say this happens all the time, but it actually doesn't.
Oh, that's true. I don't know. Wait, did I unplug this?
Okay, but anyway, they do more like lunches and stuff now.
Yeah, because basically, I think we've all seen this. This is one of the ones that always goes viral. It happened in the Michigan State Fair a couple of years ago, and it was actually the ride that I kept telling you to go on. It's called the Magic Carpet Ride, and it's that ride where you're strapped to a seat, and then you kind of just go in a circle, like you go so high up, but you don't go upside down, you know?
This type of ride looks pretty calm.
Yeah, but it's that one that I kept telling you to go on. Like, it does look scary, but it doesn't go upside down or anything.
But you know, those ones are more like, okay, I'll probably be safe. But this was a really bad one.
So this is the one, remember when, I think our sister sent us the TikTok where it started tipping over? Like, it looked like as the ride was going and people were strapped on and they couldn't stop it, it started tipping backwards. But then luckily, everyone surrounding it started jumping on the front of the ride to balance it out, so nobody died.
Oh my gosh, I love humanity.
I know, like they risked their lives, because you know, if like that was happening, you would think if I jump on the front of it, like we might all die because it looks like the whole ride's getting undone.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
They risked their lives and saved everyone.
I love humanity.
But the funniest thing was I was watching videos of this because I was researching it or whatever. And one of them was a Snapchat, and it just is so funny. Like, everyone Snapchats everything, even these really serious things, because the caption for the Snapchat was, "Bro, no, it's broke." But it's like, literally people are dying. Like, you think people are going to die on this ride, and Snapchatting it and taking the time to make the caption, "Bro, no." Like, that is just funny.
Oh my gosh. And what makes it funny was that you would picture like, oh, it was like a social media Lele Pons influencer that took that Snapchat. But I feel like it was just someone for like their friend's Snapchat story. You know,
literally. I wanted to go past state fairs to just amusement parks. And we've actually been to this amusement park, so it's kind of scary. Luna Park in Sydney, Australia. You know that big mouth that we walked through? I'm pretty sure that was Luna Park, right?
That one seemed, I don't know, but that one seemed really like chill. Something bad happened there?
Yeah, so in the 70s, a roller coaster caught fire and killed all the people on it, basically. No one knows why the fire started. Because at first they were like, oh, it was an electrical fire. They investigated it, no evidence. Then they thought it was arson. Somebody started this on fire on purpose. No evidence. So it's led people to believe maybe it was like a supernatural thing.
This was a roller coaster?
Yeah, in the 70s.
The thing about it, though, is that, yes, like that actually is like, sounds like supernatural. Oh my gosh, but if it was an arsonist, isn't there probably skilled arsonists that don't leave a trace?
Yeah. Also in the 70s, there probably weren't as many surveillance cameras, if any. So somebody could have thrown a match and it just never was recorded.
There's just like, yeah. Also, there's like that many people that like starting fires that there's a award for it. Like why isn't there an award for like people that love going into the kitchen of a restaurant and ruining everything? Like, but it's weird how
I guess
like,
that just doesn't happen as much. Like, I guess people
humans
starting,
just love fire.
I know it makes sense because it is just so like you start a fire and you're like, what? And then people are like, I want to start a whole thing on fire.
Yeah, like obviously these Austiners people like that's scary, but like if you think about fire, just fire, it's obviously cool as fuck.
Oh yeah, then these people take it too far.
Yeah.
It's like, girl, can't you do that on Sims or something?
But yeah, like the thing with the amusement park rides and stuff, I always have in the back of my mind, like, oh yeah, like this could be my last time alive.
I know. But that's what sucks is when I was younger, I used to love going on them, but I think I am it. That's one thing about being 31. I feel like I'm in the age where I'll probably just never go on them again.
But to open your eyes a little bit, I don't know if this is factual, but it honestly probably is factual if we looked it up. Go driving your car 50 miles is more dangerous than going on an amusement park ride.
That's true.
That's honestly probably true. But
That is because I mean, even though these horrible things have happened, they're very, very rare. Obviously, they're so publicized because it's so horrible when they do happen, but so many people ride these rides and they're completely fine. It's like a 1 in a billion chance or something. 1 in a trillion. But I'm not going to go on them.
I mean, yeah, and plus if you don't even think they're fun, what's the point of going on them?
Oh, yeah, because most of them, especially at the fair, like all they do is just spin you around so many times and give you a headache.
Yeah.
But yeah. Do you have anything else to say?
I just had the pretty gay ones. Do you have anything to add to the pretty
Oh,
gay thing?
sorry. I thought the topic was over.
Oh, if you have anything to add to the pretty gay thing, you can.
Oh wait. So you want to go back to the pretty gay topic? Sorry, I thought you already were done with the topic. That's why I moved on.
Oh no, I was.
So you
gonna
have more
ask, like,
things.
Do you have anything that you want to add to it?
Oh, that
you've
7th
seen in
graders would say
movies?
like, oh, that's gay. So you said long nails, skinny jeans, and what was the other one?
Knees crossed.
That
That one actually is one though.
Legs crossed.
Oh, legs crossed.
Oh, yeah, that is for sure one. What else is? I'm actually trying to think.
Yeah, honestly, I can't think of any more.
Maybe just like having such clear skin.
Oh,
Probably
yeah,
not though.
maybe.
But if you have any other like things that are like so gay for 7th graders to say, comment below. Because there are probably so many we're forgetting.
No, 100%. And that I think that actually is one of them, like the clear skin thing. Not the clear skin thing. This sounds like just annoying me saying this, but I remember one time someone did make fun of me and said, "You're just like a pretty boy."
Really?
Yeah.
What grade was this?
Like 6th grade or something. So it kind of goes into what you're saying about like if you can put too much effort into your pants, people might call you gay.
Was that like your iconic era where like you were Jacob? You went through this stage where you were like when you were like 10 to 12, where you were so fancy. Like remember, like you would always wear he'd always wear dress shorts and then like a button up that was tucked in. Like was that during this?
I think so.
Oh, so you would have been a pretty boy back then. Was that at the beginning of your YouTube channel? If anyone wants to go back and like see the vibes.
I don't know the timeline of it all.
I bet you if you go to richest kid in the world, Jacob Crook.
I don't want to talk about these because people.
Wait, they're on the web.
Okay, I might private them before you guys can catch them.
But that's actually iconic. You went through that stage. Just so fancy.
No, that was another topic I was gonna bring up for Oleo Week. Is someone in the comments said, that something like this. The top that Lucas is wearing is iconic, and my topic was gonna be you can turn it. Now I actually believe that you weren't saying it in this way, but you can turn anything into something shady. Like you could, like when someone says that's iconic.
Sometimes it means like it's so dumb.
But it could be saying like it's actually the dumbest thing
what
ever.
top did I even wear?
I don't know. I mean, but there's like a lot. There's like one of the foot.
Oh, that is funny because yeah, somebody did comment saying, "Okay, Lucas's outfit is iconic." Like you would have to rethink. Like, okay, are they making fun of me or not? For the record, I actually do think it was iconic. You went through a fancy stage. Like I'm not even making fun of it. Like, I think that's cool. Like it's just funny thinking of like all the different stages everyone goes through.
I know. It just proves that you always can reinvent yourself.
I know. You should.
I reinvented myself to be a fancy person back then.
I know. So, but if you actually investigate, like, do you know when it switched, or is it maybe it was, you used to live in California back then, and when you moved back to Nebraska, like, people at school here, like they didn't really dress fancy, so like you went back down to like
No, it was like way before that I switched. I think
Oh,
when you're
like in Diamond Bar?
I think when you're a kid, you go through way more phases than when you're an adult. That's what it seems
for
like.
sure. That's like the
I don't
beauty
know
of
if it's
it.
natural or if you have more boundaries. Could be either. Or a mix.
Maybe it's the summer break of it all. Because like after summer break, you can come back a whole different person and people don't really question it. Whereas in the regular life as an adult, you don't really have these breaks. Like in regular jobs, there isn't a break where you can reinvent yourself.
It
You know?
always was a thing in these Disney movies where like someone comes back after summer break and it's like, wait, they're cool now.
I know. I guess that could be just like Christmas break for regular jobs.
And I guess even like if you like didn't see people for that long, like your family, then you come back, it is kind of like, oh yeah, I'm like a whole new person.
More of like a Thanksgiving break now.
Yeah.
Like during the Thanksgiving break, you could do your little transformation. Another thing I was pondering throughout the week was just death row meals. I think I thought of it because, you know, there's that YouTube channel where they have, it's sort of like Hot Ones, the spicy wing challenge, but they have celebrities on and they give them their last meal. Like they say, what would be, you know, that's always a question people ask. What would be the last meal you'd ever eat if you were on death row? And then people say what it is, you know?
Yeah.
So it made me think like, is that actually a real thing? Like we actually give people on death row the opportunity to have a death row meal? Like you know what I mean? Because if they're on death row, they did something horrible, but then before they die, we're like, okay, like, what do you want? Like, we'll make it happen for you. Make it a whole moment.
Oh, yeah, because now that you say that, part of me thinks that's not even actually a thing.
So I looked it up, and apparently in Texas, it went on for 83 years where they actually honored the last meal before you were killed on death row. Like, you could request anything. And this one guy, he requested a whole array of things, and he didn't eat it. So ever since then, it got people so pissed that they were like, okay, we aren't doing this anymore. After 83 years, they were like, we are not doing death row meals anymore because this one guy ruined it. But do you want to hear everything he ordered?
Yeah, but can I like bring up this little video that I saw first so I don't forget about it?
What?
I saw this like, I don't know where I saw it, but it was probably just some dumb TikTok or something, but it was this wasn't saying. Okay, so there was this story about this guy that was on death row. He ordered this, and then he ordered a piece of pie. And they were about to kill him or whatever. And then the officer said, why didn't you eat your pie? And he said, it's for later. And then the whole thing was like, what? It's a conspiracy, he know.
Oh,
But
and
it's
did the pie disappear that night because he ate it?
I don't know, but it was just like one of those stories where it's like, you never know.
Maybe he's coming back to eat it later.
Okay, but what did he
Okay,
get?
so this wowed me because I thought they would have a cutoff at a certain point. Like if you started ordering multiple entrees, they'd be like, okay, calm down. Like you're just getting one. Dial it back down to one meal. Like that's all we're gonna give
like,
you.
I didn't know that. Like if you are gonna say this, like I thought this wouldn't be allowed. Okay, I want 4 cheese pasta with chicken from Cheesecake, a Whopper from Burger King, Big Mac from McDonald's, and then coming round up with a Popeye's apple pie. I didn't know that was allowed.
He actually did that though. This is what he ordered. It might take a while for me to say all this. 2 chicken fried steaks with gravy and sliced onions, a triple meat bacon cheeseburger with fixings on the side, a cheese omelet with ground beef, tomatoes, onions, bell peppers, and jalapenos, a large bowl of fried okra and ketchup, a pound of barbecued meat with half a loaf of white bread.
Wait,
3 fajitas, a meat lover's pizza, a pint of Bluebell vanilla ice cream, a slab of peanut butter fudge with crushed peanuts, and 3 root beers.
The funniest part to me was a cheese omelet with bell peppers and what else?
Tomatoes, onions, bell peppers, and jalapenos.
This sounds like a joke our
No,
dad
but
would
they
do.
actually got him all of that. And then I guess the thing he did to be a dick was, he said, I'm not eating any of it.
Oh.
Yeah, they got it all out, made the whole spread. They said, okay, eat up and you're going to be killed in 2 hours or whatever. And he said, nope, I'm not eating anything.
He was mindful.
Yeah, he said, you wasted all that money. I'm not eating a thing. So people got so mad. And then I think like the governor of Texas was like, okay, we are not doing that anymore. But like, would that have been tax dollars paying for that? Like,
I guess, yeah.
part of your tax money would have been going to getting some serial killer's last meal.
What was the thing? A pound of beef with a half loaf of bread?
They should have never let him go this far. Yeah, a pound of barbecued meat with half a loaf of white bread.
Oh,
Even
yeah, okay.
that alone, he wouldn't be able to finish.
I done a lot of dumb stuff too, but if you were one of the people that hold this meal, yes, it's like, okay, we're gonna give them what they want, but you're not a competitive eater. You've been at prison for the last 10 years. All you've eaten is like 3 meals a day.
I
So
know, it's
only
like-
give him half of that.
By the time you get to the pint of Bluebell vanilla ice cream, he would have been so full he wouldn't have even enjoyed it. It's like you only get enough food where you can you're actually gonna be able to enjoy every last bite.
Yeah.
And I feel like it should actually be I don't even want to give any suggestions for death row because they're not even for death row. But like I feel like they should make you eat every bit of it.
Funny having opinions about death row meals. Like I could actually see a world where at the presidential debate, no, we can't give them everything. We gotta do this. Like there actually is big arguments, Facebook posts.
But I feel like they should have to eat every last bite. But then I was gonna say then they would probably delay it over like a month. Because they'd be like, well, I'm going to eat it slowly. And like they'd get to live an extra month.
So from your research, so Texas used to do this and now no one does it? No states?
I didn't look that deep into it, but it said like some places do allow it to an extent. Like maybe they'll say like pick your favorite thing from Papa John's. But like it seems like most places don't go as elaborate as Texas once did. Like it's more of if it fits in the budget, we'll try to make it happen. Or maybe like it's only stuff like the cooks at the prison would make. I don't even know if they let you order out anymore.
One of the cameras turned off.
Oh.
But yeah, it's so interesting because I would just assume it never would have happened.
I know. Like, I just think that's kind of cute that like that was ever even a thing. Like they actually thought like, okay, like yes, we're gonna end their life and blah blah blah. But before we do that, like let's let them eat whatever they want.
I don't understand humans.
Let's let them have one last meal. It's like what? But they're really getting killed.
I don't believe I'm human anymore.
I know. I don't associate it with humans.
Yeah, like. You ever heard that one song? I was human yesterday, but today I'm not.
I actually don't know that song.
It's by Zara Larson.
Oh, shout out
just
Zara.
joking.
Oh, did you just make that up?
Yeah.
The whole song?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That whole song is just one line.
That was creative. All right. Well, since one of the cameras unexpectedly shut off, should we just cut the cord?
Yeah, but thanks for telling me about that prison thing, because that actually was a hoot and a hollow.
No problem. Well, thank you, bro community. Continue to thrive throughout the week. And we'll see you in a couple days or 7 days, actually.
Bye-bye.
Bye.